And then she lifted a bundle of disposable chopsticks up above her head. Don't play the king's game. No! That's a bad idea. Ferris sadly shuffled all the chopsticks and then went around to everyone so they could draw one. She was also part of Mayuri's plan. In fact, Mayuri and Ferris were sending signals to each other with eye contact with their fingers. While everyone was focusing on the chopsticks, they were busy relabeling Yuki and Daru's presents. They were so obvious about it that I started getting nervous that Yuki would find out. Ferris and Mayuri passed out the presents according to the numbers that everyone drew. Once the presents were handed out, everyone started to take off the wrapping paper. Nai was the first to react as she gave out a strange cry. Inside her box was a skull face. Lukako, you've terrified her. I was feeling bad for Nai, but when I took out my own present... The box had a cute design. Inside was what looked like a see-through white veil. The veil was decorated here and there with little pink ribbons. This can't be a... Oh boy. God. Mayuri heard her own name and came over. Oh God. I thought it was like a wedding veil. That's even worse. God. Fuck. That would be real dumb and ridiculous. I pushed the baby doll lingerie back into Fubuki's hands. Fubuki handed me her present in exchange. The wrapping and lid had already been removed. I took a quick look inside. Sexy pink shorts and a pink bra. Yup, they were see-through. God. Poor Okabe. Everyone's just fucking... Everyone in his group is just getting shit except for Dr. Leston, because he's just like, I'll just go with it, whatever. Mayuri had drawn my present, perhaps because we were childhood friends? By the way, I'd chosen a huge chunk of chocolate in the shape of a gold bar, the kind of thing you'd find in a Donkey Zote bargain bin. Besides, like, wasn't he just like coming to this last minute as well, so... Well, maybe not. Maybe not as last minute as like Maho and Dr. Leskinen. Not even a chance? The magazine said it was a sure thing. Fubuki and Kaede were patting Mayuri's head, half out of sympathy and half because she was cute. Somehow, I ended up as the bad guy. Yuki started to open her present. She took out a cute wooden music box. When she opened the lid, there was a little tin figure that danced. The girls all seemed really impressed. But Lukako was a guy. It definitely looked like something a woman would enjoy receiving. With as many girls as there were coming to this party, it might have been the perfect choice. Wait, maybe I should have brought something like that. But then I realized that the idea had never even occurred to me. Ferris, you're making it too obvious. Daro reluctantly raised his hand. Everyone except Mayuri and Ferris, who knew about it in advance, raised their voices in surprise. Definitely pushed you in the right direction. Yuki held the music box close to her chest. She seemed really happy. And then her expression turned confused as she looked down into the box. Then she started to fidget. Has the box been tampered with? She hurried off toward the washroom, still holding the box. She must have seen the trick. I guess it had been tampered with. According to what Mayuri had told me earlier, there was a fake letter from Daru himself taped to the bottom of the box. It was something like a love letter, along with an invitation to a movie date. I wondered how she was reacting. Meanwhile, Daru had also opened his own present, and he looked a little bothered. He had been given Ferris's present. Until he'd opened it, he looked really happy, but now he'd gone completely silent. According to Mayuri, he was going to get a pair of movie tickets. Even though it was a present for Ferris, the tickets came with instructions to use them for a date with Yuki. Ferris responded to Daru's questioning gaze with a wink. Good luck, she seemed to be saying. For her part, Ferris received some kind of strange doll that Maho had bought at the Donkey Zote. Lukako's present was a miniature remote-controlled helicopter that Dr. Leskinen had purchased. I mean, that's a pretty baller present. And Dr. Leskinen got a set of 12 cute little crayons from Nai. Suzu's present was a pair of handmade gloves. Yuki had evidently made them herself. She put them on, looking happy, but maybe a little lonely, and smiled. Suzuha, yukatta-jan. Daru realized he'd been set up, and he was clearly avoiding looking at her. Suzuha seemed to understand and patted him on the back with a gentle expression on her face. She's not wrong. Yuki came back from the bathroom. She seemed to be having trouble walking straight. She sat back in her seat but began to nervously nibble on the snacks at the table. And once in a while, she would take a look at Daru. For now, the movie ticket plan seemed to be going well. Staring too much could tip her off. I should probably pretend I didn't know anything. As a bear. Mayuri raised her voice when she saw the music box in Maho's hands. It was shaped like a deformed bear, and when you wound up its hands and legs would jerk back and forth as it played a tune. It was a very different design than the one Yuki had received.
いいのかしら。こんな素敵なものをいただいてしまって。いいんですよ。どうぞどうぞ。どんな音聞きたい。そうですね。僕も聞いてみたいです。
Maho started to wind it up. As she wound it up, Kaede turned off the music in the background.
じゃあ。
Maho took her hand off the winding key, and the mechanical yet gentle sound that was unique to the music boxes began to play. The lively atmosphere of the lab was replaced with a feeling of calmness and peace. We listened quietly to the sound of the music box.
まゆしいね。この曲大好きなんだ。僕もです。ポカポカした気持ちになるね。ええ、そうね。あ、そうか。この曲だ。
Suzuha stood up as if she suddenly remembered something.
ゆきさん、ほら、覚えてない？え？はい？
Yuki was spacing out so hard that she started to panic when Suzuha spoke to her.
私が寝込んでた時、ゆきさんがここで歌ってたよね。ああ、そういえば。うん、確かにこの曲だよ。
Suzuha seemed to be remembering something as her eyes narrowed.
ねえ、まゆ姉さん、これ、なんていう曲？ね、これは。
Mayuri was about to speak, and then... out of nowhere, the world twisted. I moaned in pain as an incredible sense of wrongness flooded through me. The whole lab seemed to twist and fade, and the happy party I'd been experiencing warped and waved like a mirage. This... it couldn't be. No. Somewhere far away I heard something that sounded like a violent crash. I was just barely able to move my eyes in the direction it came from, and I saw Fubuki fall into the floor as she had knocked over a table. Kaede and Ferris ran over to her calling her name, but it all looked so blurred, like I was watching a movie underwater, and everything was moving so slow. Their voices were getting further and further away. No matter how much I stretched out my hand, it reached no one and touched nothing. It was a terrible feeling, as if time and space were being torn apart, and even matter itself was losing its subjectivity. This feeling, even if I didn't want to remember it, I knew what this awful feeling was. I knew it far better than I had ever wanted. This was reading Steiner. Well, wasn't expecting this. Well, we got a new chapter. Pandora's Box. Well, that's, I guess you could say we have opened Pandora's Box. For the first time in almost 4 months, I felt like the whole world was twisting. Who was it? Who had changed the world line? I didn't do anything. I hadn't interfered with the world. So why was the world doing this to me? So we're just gonna dump... Oh, God. Did we just get sent to the future? I opened my eyes. Things had already taken on different colors. The world kept wavering until once again it became fixed to a single point in time. I wasn't looking at the warm, cheerful party in the lab anymore. I was outside. It was raining. The rain was falling on my face, and drops so large that it hurt. It was a midwinter rain. It was freezing cold, and I could feel it sapping the strength from my body.